Yeah, we're back again today. And it's always exciting being around, hanging around the one we call the wise man. Wise man, you're welcome today again.
Thank you. Smart Money Reset Day 2. Yesterday was an awesome one. We had a lot of feedbacks from people, and today is going to be an awesome one. Always good to be around you, Doctor. You're an inspiration. Let's
And,
flow today.
you
Yeah.
know, most times people wonder how we get things done and it looks so cheap. At times, you just wake up, you set goals, you work towards it, you achieve it, and before you know it, you are setting the next goal, you work towards it, you achieve it, and like that. And that was how we started. That was why we started yesterday discussing, how to ensure that you meet your goals. Why is it that people set goals and they don't achieve it? And maybe a little recap of some of our discussion yesterday. I know in particular we made it clear that everyone that must achieve anything in the journey to wealth creation must understand the basic rudiment of goal setting. And Wiseman took time to elaborate on setting smarter goals. He said we have been used to setting smart
Smart
goals, but
goals.
there's what we call smarter goals. And it took time to add the E and the R, where you need to evaluate, and at the end of the day, you reward yourself when you do well. And I reminded our audience that the plan for Wiseman to get a private jet is still very much around,
I
and
like
that
that
will
too.
only come as a reward for meeting set goals. So when
Yeah.
that private jet comes, nobody should envy, because now you have set big goals, you are working at achieving it, and definitely you will get there.
Mm. And you did help us know that setting goals are not enough. You need to wake up every day excited, wake up every day motivated and inspired to pursue those goals.
Mm,
And you need to throw fear and unnecessary caution out of
mm,
the window to
wow.
ensure that you meet the goals that you have set. Because um, uh, let it be that you are the only one that knows that you are afraid. All
Correct.
right. Yeah. Fear is not, uh, um, courage is not the absence of fear. It
Yeah.
is moving in spite of your fears. You are the
Right.
only one that knows that you are afraid,
Mm,
and you
mm,
can weary out anything that stands on your way. That's staying power, that's staying energy. So, and we did talked about a lot of the um early days where we used to do a number of things, and
mm.
yesterday was an awesome one.
Okay.
And today we're going to take it a notch higher, because we're going to be discussing something very important: the money mindset.
Yeah.
Scarcity mindset versus abundance. Scarcity versus abundance. This is a place that we stayed in. We played in it. All right.
Good.
And I'm going to allow Doctor to start with that scarcity mindset. How do we deal with scarcity
Mm,
mindset,
mm,
and how do we develop abundance mindset? Because we know that the more scarcity mindset you have, the
mhm.
more scarcity you have. The more abundant mindset you have, the more abundance you will have. So
Definitely.
how do we ensure that we deal with scarcity mindset and develop abundance mindset?
Makes sense. Thank you so much. What I love about today's subject is that it's a build up on that of yesterday. You can't have a scarcity mentality and be good at planning. You will
Mm,
always plan out of anxiety. It's good for us to quickly differentiate these two things. Everyone with a scarcity mentality or scarcity mindset will always plan with anxiety. But the guy that has abundance mindset plans with intention. You're always
mm,
intentional about your planning. You know exactly what you want to achieve. you know how you want to achieve it, and you are willing to give it the work that it takes to get there. So that's the starting point. How intentional are you about your journey to wealth creation? The man that has scarcity mentality is always afraid to spend money. That's not being what do you call it when you are good at managing
Being
money,
shrewd
prudent or
or
shrewd. No,
prudent.
it's out of fear. And the problem with that is that it keeps you stagnant. Why the scarcity mentality keeps you in fear, abundance mentality is afraid of stagnation. And that's what propels you. You don't want to be stagnant. I look at rich people, and I think we mentioned that yesterday. One of the reasons why they keep working, and every record they set, they break the record, they set another one, they break it, is simply because they are afraid of stagnation or retrogression. That's even the worst. They don't want to see poverty again. They don't want to go back to where they are coming from. Or the new level of affluence, comfort, power that comes with the wealth that they have generated looks so good that they don't want to go back. I will never go back. Oh.
No.
It's too late.
It's already too
You know,
late.
too late. So when you have scarcity mentality, it puts you in perpetual fear of spending. But the guy with abundance mentality is intentional. Rather than being afraid to spend, he is afraid of stagnation. He wants to keep moving. The problem with people with scarcity mentality is they are too conscious of losing what they have. To them, that proverb, a bird at hand, is what 1,000 in the forest or in the bush is what they hold on to. Why should I hold one bird in my hand when I can hunt for 1,000 in the forest? What a lazy quote. What a lazy mentality. Eh? On social media, they will say, die na die. Something must kill a man. I would rather go chase the 1,000 in the bush than hold on to one. So every time that mindset comes, that what if I lose, you question the mindset back and say, what if I grow? You don't sit down saying, what if I lose? And because of that, you are not taking those steps. So that's more like setting a foundation, helping us see what scarcity mentality does to you. And once you imbibe abundance mentality, how it can change the trajectory of your life.
Wow, that's awesome. This makes me to remember a particular book we read many years ago. And the man said in that book, he said that to make $1 million was the easiest thing he ever made in his life. But to believe he could make $1 million was the hardest thing he ever did. So most of the time, the belief of people is what keeps them where they are.
True.
When you believe you cannot, you cannot. When you believe you can, then you can. So people need to work on their belief mindsets. What is that mindset that has been keeping you in the place where you are? Now, I usually would say that the rich and the poor, they think differently, but they think towards the same thing.
True.
So the rich and the poor, a poor man will see a project that is worth millions of naira or hundreds of millions of naira, and the poor man will say, I cannot afford it. That's the thinking. A rich man will see that same project, and the next thing that he will say is, how can I afford it? So it's the same thing, but the one is saying, I cannot. The other one is saying, how can I?
How can I?
Is the reverse. So what we are saying in essence is your mindset determines what you attempt. If your mindset is a poor and scarcity mindset, all that you'll be attempting will be poor and scarcity projects. Because that same poor man will go to a place where they are selling buy one get one free, where they are selling 50% discounts, where they are selling restock your wardrobe and all of that. He will go and even borrow money and buy those things that does not have value. The rich man will pass that place and feel that this is not for me. I am investing in value. So that abundant mindset helps you to invest towards value, help you to, channel your attention towards value. Why the scarcity mindset makes you channel your attention towards things that are not valuable, things that, like we say, that are perishable, because there are valuable and there are perishables, especially in investment. All right, so you need to develop the abundant mindset such that you are in a place where things are happening, you can see them happening, and you can be a part of it. So this scarcity mindset of I don't have makes people not to have, or the little that I have, let me hold on to it, nobody should come and collect it from me, makes it even uh, easy for people to take it away from you, because people will come up with things, gimmicks, all right, all around the nation. We have seen it over and over. You'll be wondering that after one particular investment that went wrong, or one particular gimmicks that went wrong, one particular Ponzi scheme that went wrong, you are wondering that people have learned. All of a sudden, you now hear another one. That one is even now bigger
Another
than the
element to
previous
show up
one.
again.
And you're
MMM,
wondering, so you put,
CBS, everything.
yeah, you didn't learn from the previous one. How are you repeating the same thing again? Before you know it, you hear about that one again. The last one that happened, it was about 1.6 trillion
Trillion.
that was taken from people.
Mm,
And we're wondering that this one too was heavy in 6 months. Why? When you have this
mm,
scarcity mindset, you
mm.
will even invest wrongly. You'll
True.
be looking for a get rich quick scheme that
Yeah.
you can put money today and go and show your village people tomorrow. You'll be looking for all those kind of places where you can put money and everything will change your life. You are not looking for process. All right, you are not looking for process. You're just looking for overnight success, because
Mhm.
you have this scarcity mentality. You feel that there's not enough in the world, let's take what we can take. In fact, that's what even makes some of our politicians get into trouble, get into stealing, get into all kinds of fraud, because they go into those offices thinking that there is not enough. Let's take what we can take.
Want to amass so
Let's
much.
amass wealth. You amass wealth that even your great grand three, 5 generation after you cannot finish yet. And at the end of the day, they will now send the law enforcement agent against the person, and all of them will be gone. So we need to do away with scarcity mentality and begin to invest into our abundance mentality. But we need to look at it. What does it take to now begin to get to the point where we think abundance?
Okay. Yeah, someone asked me a question sometimes ago that do rich people have money problems at all? And I just smiled.
The
Yes, the rich has money problems. The
rich
poor
also
has
cry.
the difference between the two is that the poor person reacts to money problem. The
Mm,
rich person designs money systems. That's the difference. While the poor responds to money problem, the rich designs money system. They envisage that it is possible for money problems to come. But before it comes, what are the safety nets that I need to put in place? And to those listening to us right now, the foundation to set up money systems is information. How much you know about money.
mm,
Now, for those of us that have been through the four walls of the university or higher institution or any form of learning, you will realize that there are no dedicated courses in those institutions, in most cases, that will teach you practically how to make money. Most of the times, those syllabuses teaches you general knowledge about finance, and that's why people get trained in the university, in the polytechnic, to come out and work in places to earn money. And when they work, they don't have the entrepreneurial mindset that will make them stand out wherever they are. So it is important that you invest beyond the general knowledge that everybody has when it has to do with wealth creation. Very important. So, for example, this year started. I wouldn't know what decision you have made about the level of information you want to amass when it has to do with world creation. But I want to recommend a minimum 15 minutes every day. Let something get into your spirit about money, making, managing, and multiplying money. If you do that consistently for a minimum of 15 minutes every day, it will change the trajectory of your journey. So when we talk about abundance mentality, it starts with how much you know. You see, there are a few things that makes you feel proud in quote. Let me say proud of yourself.
Mm.
One of it I know is when you have money in your pocket. Be sincere. Most of us, when you have money, when you are loaded, even your carriage, the way you walk, the way
There's
you talk,
confidence.
you have confidence. Imagine
Mm.
wise man giving an example yesterday that when he started making money, somebody was dragging road with him. He said, I will eat your car and buy another one for you. It takes a level of to do that, right? But that's just by the way. That's to let you know that when you have money, you look at your bank account and you see one 500 million that you are not using, that is just
Mm.
sitting out. It brings some
Mm.
level of confidence. But let me tell you the truth. If you are waiting for that, for you to have that level of confidence and courage, and you are not from a rich family, you may never get there.
Mm.
You must start from knowing on the inside of you that there is 500 million that is yours, that is sitting somewhere. That
Mm.
all you need to do is to create enough value to attract it to you wherever it is. So what we're trying to say right now is you can live in abundance mentality, and it will form the way you think, it will form the way you talk, it will form the way you walk. Sometimes ago, I picked up a video from my 20th birthday. Very interesting video. We had crowd gathered. I was leading a youth arm of the church then at the district level, where we had over 87 churches under the district, and I was the district president then. This was many years ago. That should be about 27 years ago. Now, when I was celebrating my 20th birthday, we had the crowd gathered. Each time I look at the suit I was wearing that day, that was not suit. It's, we used to call it
Coat,
combination of coat, suit, and
coat,
blazer.
suit,
Coat
and
to blazer.
blazer. Coat to black.
So I made some pronounced statements on that day, which people already know that I say, as far back as then, telling the audience gathered, as much as I appreciate you for coming and at this little estate where we are now, but do you know something? That in the future, the kind of birthdays I'll be celebrating, if I want governors to be seated, they will be there. And
Mm.
I told them, as I speak with you right now, I don't have up to 20 naira in my bank account, but I can never be poor. It takes some level of information that you have acquired for you to be that arrogant. Permit me to in quote,
Mm-hmm.
like I can never be poor. Even though I don't have more than 20 naira in my bank account. We have it on video. This was many years ago. So you need that level of arrogance in quote, right? And it comes from the level of information that you have ingested, because you have designed a system and you are just following the path. I remembered about 7 years ago when I officially launched a mentorship platform. The very first session I had with those guys, what I did was to bring what I call like a vision sheet that I designed. Now, those days, I wasn't proficient in the use of Excel. Was it even popular that much? I'm talking about like this is now like 28. It was okay, no, not up to that. Let's say like 17, 18 years ago. Yes, it was there, but I wasn't proficient at it. So what I did was to design it on cardboard and put the cardboard together, make it big. I still have it up to today. And I brought it and started showing them how I planned every year for the next 20 years. So I broke it to two. So I showed them the 10 years, how much I will be valued per hour in the next 5 years, what my 1 hour will my 1 hour would be in 6 years, what my 1 hour would be in 7 years to the 10th year. And I showed them what's it called? The cardboard. And I also brought out a notebook with which I was recording every money that was coming and how I was spending it. That is an example of designing money system. So you don't wait for it to come, you design it ahead.
Great one. Because it is what you see that
Mm,
constantly will inspire you. If you see scarcity continuously,
mm,
you will be limited by scarcity. But if you have something that inspires you on a regular basis, then that's when you begin to, work on yourself. Those inspiration begin to challenge you to begin to dream bigger. And as you dream bigger, you begin to grow. I also remember those early days when we used to be in that cubicle in Primatech Plaza in Akuwanjo. And we didn't have, in fact, to get that office, we borrowed money
yeah.
to get the office because we're to launch a particular business. So we borrowed money to get the office, did the few furnishing we could do, one small office. But in that office, we had a reception,
Mm,
we had a hall for training, and we had the director's office.
mm,
All right. Inside one cubicle that is not up to my room. We had it there. We designed it.
mm,
We were not designing based on our present state. We're
mm,
designing based on the future.
mm,
The same thing, if you come to our headquarters now, today, you will
mhm,
find everything that we designed in that small cubicle. You will
mm,
find it replicated in the headquarters that is now an edifice. So that's what we are saying, that every big vision
mm,
always have a small version.
mm.
Your big vision has a small version. Hmm? Design the big vision, start
Mm,
with the small version.
true.
That's how to behave.
Mm,
That's how rich people come up with different kind of mindset that drives them. So
mm,
abundant mindset is something you deliberately impute in you.
true.
So if you see people go and price car, take a picture of the car and put it where they will be seeing it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
What they are trying to do is they are trying to get that car to leave the wall and enter their mind.
Mm,
Because any day that car enters your mind and stays there, you have
mm,
the car already.
mm,
All right. It's more like what happened between Jacob and Laban.
mm,
Jacob said, don't worry. Let's do what we call resource control, profit sharing. Mhm.
mm,
Don't pay me salary any longer. Let's do profit sharing.
mm,
This is the way the profit will be shared.
mm.
And Laban was just looking at him and say, this boy, you don't know anything. I'm
You say you
about to
get sense.
scam you completely.
Mm,
But what did Jacob do? Exactly what Jacob did is what I'm talking about. You
mm,
capture the abundance you want, put it where you'll be seeing it
mm,
every day. And as long as that abundance is speaking to you, is speaking to your mind, it
mm.
keeps transforming the way you think. It
Correct.
keeps transforming the way you view things.
Mm,
Now, when doctor was starting the process, he talked about private jets.
mm.
I can't scroll more than 10 times on my phone without seeing a private jet advertised
Yeah.
to me. Why? I've been talking about private jets in recent time. I've been viewing private jets kind of adverts.
Mm-hmm.
What it means is that private jet is very close. What
Yeah.
I'm doing is I'm trying to get the private jet off all the places I've seen it and put it in my mind and
True.
begin to be a private jet owner. So
Mm.
those days when we're still in that small cubicle, there were many things we were swallowing. You cannot eat it and it will not be in you.
Not
You
possible.
can't eat it and it will not be in you. So
Mm,
investing in knowledge, investing in the things that can give you inspiration is a must for you to be able to come to a point where you now have that abundant mentality. Because you see, we were poor without money.
Mm-hmm.
Later, we became rich without money.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, we now became rich with money.
Mm-hmm.
There are people today, they are poor without money.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you should do is to become rich, even if you don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
Have that mentality of a wealthy person. Work on your mindset. It's a mindset. There's a way your mind has been set. You need to reset the mind. That's why it's called smart money reset. That's what we're discussing. You need to reset the mind, to
Mm-hmm.
ask the mind to accept the new you, to accept the new reality.
Yeah.
You know, I said in one of my webinar that your next vision cannot work in your old version. You need
Mm-hmm.
a new version of you to have a new vision. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So the next vision is waiting for your new version. All
Pleasure.
right. So you need to program yourself. Program yourself. For instance, we are having e-track. You know, e-track was some of the things we used to do those days. We
Yeah.
mentioned it yesterday where we're doing training. All
Mm-hmm.
right. We started e-track even before we started pertinence because we wanted to just impact on people. And that training has raised over 500 businessmen and women who are doing well. Some of them, a number of them are now doing billions in their turnover as we speak right now. So we have e-track coming up, and for many of you who want to take advantage of anything that has to do with our company, anything we mentioned, there is a code on the screen that you can scan, and if you also go on the chat section, there's a something that is pinned on the chat section or on the bio that you can click, and it will take you to a whole new world of opportunities where you can take advantage of a lot of things. And our back office will also contact you if you want to attend e-track. E-track is one life-changing platform where we program people to succeed. Many of the people who attended those e-track, especially the early days, you know, those early days, we were we will study like fire. We will do all kinds of things because, well, mind you, we were rich without money. So we needed to show people that it can work. But
Mm-hmm.
now we are rich with money. So we are not even, we are no longer there now. We have proofs to show you that if you come for those kind of meeting, your life will never remain the same. There is clear model that we have developed that can take anybody from where the person is to the next level, especially people who are hungry. So what we are saying in essence is one of the ways to build your abundance mindset is to have a vision board, is to have a place where you put things that can speak to you, where you put things that can inspire you. The kind of house you want, go and take a picture of it. Let it be somewhere where you can be seeing it every day. The kind of car you want, let it be somewhere where you can be seeing it every day. The kind of the countries where you want to travel. Draw yourself, put a picture of yourself at the middle, put the countries around you. You know, I remember the days where I used to even dream of traveling abroad. I told Miss Olonshe one day, I said, the day I will get to London, that I will
Who made
identify
the
a
first
number
time?
of things. You know why? I've been in London many times in my dreams. And truly, the
Mm,
first day we landed in London, I said, I've seen this one before. I've seen this one before. I've been here before. It's more like what they call deja vu. But
uh,
it's because I saw London in my mind.
mm,
I took London from London and I put it in my mind. I took the US from US and put it in my mind. All the countries, I was still counting, me and my wife were counting how many countries we have traveled to recently. And I told her, I said, me, I've traveled to more countries than you. Don't worry, go and sit down. I'm not your mate when it
but
comes
she's
to
your
traveling.
financier. She's the one funding you.
So just ensure that they enter your mind.
Mm,
Anything that enters your mind will control your life. That's why your mind is the gate,
mm,
to your life. So anything you open and it enters, it
mm,
has stayed in your life. So if you open to abundance, abundance will come and stay. If you
mm,
open to scarcity, scarcity will come and stay. Don't let anybody tell you that there is no money in Nigeria. Oh. They are deceiving you. Oh. Doctor, can you talk about that? Is there money in Nigeria?
Oh my God, we'll get there. One of the days that's we'll be analyzing, and
Mm,
we'll be able to show you both from the global to the local scene to see how much the volume of resources that is available to you. And I tell you, you can't imagine. Now, have you ever thought of it that somebody is the richest man in the whole world? And if he shares the money that only him has, it will go around everybody. Have you ever thought of it? And we'll all be okay financially. One man. That's to let you know the abundance of resources. When you begin to think from that perspective, you will see that your mind, the capacity to do great things, you just keep attracting it. The problem with when you have scarcity mentality is that it shrinks your dream.
mm-hmm,
It will bring your dream to the size of the money you have.
mm,
Oh, sorry, I have a distraction here. So just 1 second, please.
yeah.
So it brings your dream to the size of what you have in your pocket. But you
Mm,
know what abundance mentality does for you? It pushes your income to meet your vision. Whereas the scarcity mentality drags your dream down to the size of your income or whatever you have with you as finance. So everyone that must achieve greatness must think from that point of view of abundance. Now, when the new government came into power, one of the major things they talked about, we're talking about Nigeria now. We know people are listening to us from all over the
all
world.
over the world.
And I know that the government announced that we are building a $1 trillion economy. That is huge. Now, whether you like it or not, the statistics came out a few days ago talking about the 10 top countries contributing to global GDP. And yours truly, Nigeria, was number 7 or 8 on that list thereabout, and the only African country listed there. These were not statistics that came from Nigeria. It came from international bodies like IMF and like that. So that's to let you know that Nigeria is strategically positioned as one of the countries that should dictate the pace of world economic growth in the next 5, 10, 15 years. I know we might be having leadership challenge or crisis, but that does not limit the potential of this country. There is money in this economy, a robust one. Now, mind you, the average man on the street is still complaining about not enough money. But smart people right now, they are positioning for the abundance that we have already. Foreign investors have brought in money into this country more than ever before. And what does that indicate? You just need to position yourself to intercept the flow of this money. Every time the government borrows heavily, they borrow to spend. And our rating internationally as a nation has opened us up to opportunities to borrow more. The problem is not borrowing for any nation, it is what we do with the money that we borrow. The
Mm,
biggest economies in the world that we celebrate today, they borrow, they are the biggest debtors. But what do? They build infrastructures. They use that money to create enabling environment for entrepreneurs to thrive. And once entrepreneurs thrive and more businesses are created, it impacts directly on the economy. So our government has more positioning in terms of attracting more resources into this nation. That alone should form your frame of reference that there is surplus. I was telling somebody sometimes ago, I said, forget social media noise. People are making money in that country, Nigeria. Now you go on social media and you see people complaining the government is bad. Some of the people complaining, go and check. They are part of those supplying whatever at Coastal Road. We are building the Coastal Road over 13 trillion naira, the most expensive project we have ever done as a nation. Nigerians are there supplying sand, supplying this, supplying that. The same people will come to social media. They don't want you to know that they have money. So while you are complaining, they are also complaining. And you think you are in the same WhatsApp group. No, you are
Mm.
not in the same WhatsApp group. So wake up. I want you to tell yourself that there is abundance in the land. And rather than allow scarcity reduce the size of my dream, my abundance mentality should push up the size of my income to match up with my vision. So there's so much, there's abundance in the land. Position yourself to intercept the flow of this money. So, Westman, there's something I've observed also. I realize that people don't take steps, they don't take action because of uncertainty. They look around and they see the environment, especially if you live in a place like Nigeria, so many things that puts us in a position of uncertainty. Take it to the global space too. For a few months, I was in the US between late last year to early this year, and that was the longest I stayed in the United States. And I realized that as much as the president is doing a lot to help the American people, it's also sending more like an air of uncertainty because policies kept some uncertain. You don't know what decision that will be made tomorrow that will impact on you. So, as someone that has abundance mentality, what do you think about this period? What should we be doing, or what are you doing? What are you doing? Tell us.
Okay, so uncertainty, they are in two parts.
Mm,
The first part is the external uncertainty. You see, what happens
mm,
externally should not be so much of your business, in quotes,
mm,
and I will explain. What happens internally, the uncertainty internally, is the most important one that you
mm,
should deal with. Because people who take advantage of opportunities even take advantage of those opportunities in the midst of uncertainty. In
mm,
fact, when things are predictable, they make money. But when things are not predictable, that's when they make more money. So you need to go back and ask yourself, this uncertainty that I'm talking about, is it internal or external?
mm,
Because if it's internal, then you won't have a problem. Or the external one is not your problem. The internal one is the first,
mm,
because some people have trust issues. They have had a lot of, they have had their fingers burnt on
mm,
different investment they have done. They have had people who have had their fingers burnt, because some people, they have never invested, but because somebody invested and told them something went wrong, they now begin to drink Panadol for another person's headache. They have had a lot of situations and circumstances that they've seen that has built that uncertainty for them. Right now, some of them, especially for people who live in diaspora, some of them will say, this is a shithole country. We're not investing in this shithole country. Well,
mm,
whether you like it or not, that same country what produced you. All
mm,
right? Whether you like it or not, one day will come, you will
mm,
need that same country. And you
mm.
see, me, I'm a firm believer that Nigeria is going to become one of the biggest economy in the world.
Yeah.
Firm believer. I have lived in many places in the world, and I can tell you the difference between doing business in Nigeria and doing business in most part of the world. Nigeria is going to be one of the biggest economy in the world. In fact, we are going to get to the point where we'll be one of the top 7
Mhm,
economies in the world.
mhm.
And I think it's going to happen in our lifetime.
Definitely, definitely.
Yes,
We
because
will be
all
part of
we need to get is leadership. We already have what it takes. We have population. You see, people are joking with the population of Nigeria.
it.
Our
Mm,
population is not even just the numbers, it is the kind of population we have.
true.
We don't have old people population, we have young people population,
Mm,
and that is huge. That's purchasing power.
mm,
That's business, that's trade that you're looking, that's commerce.
mm,
What it means is that if you launch a product today, and let's even take only Nigeria as,
mm,
for example, where you have over 200 million people. you know um when I was coming into Canada, the somebody, I think I was talking to somebody at the airport. He said, are you a Nigerian? I said yes. He said, half of Nigeria, they are in Canada. I say, which half of Nigeria? How many are you people in Canada? I say, if half of Nigeria enter Canada, Canada cannot contain it because Canada, you are less than 40 million people. You say half of Nigeria is in Canada.
We don't
I
even
say,
have up to
Nigeria.
a million Nigerians in Canada. Not up to a million.
So I told him, I said, we are over 200 million people in Nigeria. I said, how many are you guys in Canada? Go and sit down. So when it comes to what is happening is leadership we need to get right. Once we get leadership right, we
Mm,
have all the resources that can make us world power. So if you're anywhere and you are having doubt about Nigeria, please, I would like you to rethink. What you just need to do is just to begin to look at how do you strategically position yourself. There are
true.
things you can invest in, things you can put your money into, trades that you can have, that you can predict to an extent. When it comes to real estate is a no-brainer. All
Mm,
right, especially in Nigeria, you are buying land, you are investing in farm. For instance, we have farm way. The way the thing is moving, I'm wondering that people should stand up, oh, because there's so much opportunity in agriculture. You can predict that one. Government all over the world,
mm,
agriculture is their side chick.
mm.
You know, irresponsible men, they give more money to side chick than they give their wife. Agriculture is their new wife everywhere in the world. Man of
Mm,
God, you are here in Canada.
mm.
You can tell that farmers are very, very wealthy here in Canada. They are
Correct.
one of the wealthiest after bankers. You see, if farmers, all right. Why? Because government is constantly funding agriculture.
Mm,
They even subsidize food. People
true.
think it's only in Nigeria. They subsidize food here, especially in Canada. Here they subsidize food a lot. Now, who are the beneficiaries of those things? It's the farmers.
Mm,
So one of the things we have designed is a system where you can farm without going to farm. You
mm,
put money so that we can farm on your behalf. That's also a particular system that you can take advantage within our ecosystem. But what I might say in essence is that you can invest in farming. You
mm,
can go the farming way. You don't have to be the one to do it. You can contract people like us. Let's show you the system we have so that you don't keep talking about Nigeria in a negative way.
mm,
One of the things we have done is that for every country we stay long in, we have an investment that can give us resources. That's what we do. We go to America, we have investment so that when I'm traveling to America, I don't need to change dollar.
mm,
I have dollar generating investment. When
mm,
I'm traveling to Canada, I have Canadian dollar generating investment. When I'm traveling to maybe Qatar or I just came back from Qatar. When I'm traveling to Qatar, we have investment there. The last time I was in Qatar, I was still discussing with the guy there. I said, look, we need to take advantage of one or two things. And he spoke to me about a number of things. We're already working out some things when it comes to Qatar. In Dubai, the same thing. So what we are trying to say is that don't be somebody that does not play globally because of uncertainty. Play globally. Invest in Africa, invest in North America, invest in Asia. Ensure that you have a global playing ground. But for those of you who cannot afford to do those kind of investments, start with this our country called Nigeria. There is
mm,
so much opportunity. Our capital market was one of the best capital markets in the world in 2025. Go and check. Oh,
mm,
that's when we're talking about there's no money, there's no money. Remittances that came into Nigeria in 2025, it was huge. It was competing with oil.
mm,
So there's so much abundance. You need to have that mentality. So when you're talking about uncertainty, deal with the internal uncertainty first, deal with trust issue, deal
mm,
with all the maybe let me use it in quote trauma. There are
mm,
many things that we have gone through in Nigeria that have generated trauma for many of us. Deal with it and see Nigeria in a new light. People like us, we invest, it goes bad, we invest again. We know that investment is the only way. We keep investing until we get it right. Because if you say you are not going to invest, you waste the money. And
true.
at the end of the day, you have nothing to show for it. So
Mm,
it's better to invest, let it go wrong, invest again, but also analyze your investment, take calculated risk, and ensure that you are doing what you have to do. So investing in real estate, investing in agriculture, investing here and there, and ensuring that your investment is a bit diversified can help you maintain certainty in an uncertain world. All right. So you keep doing that and keep navigating.
All right, thank you so much. So it's a good time to just, let people know some of the opportunities that we have. Like I said, one of my mentees told me some times ago that you teach us so much, you help us know what we should be doing. But tell us specifically, where are you putting money?
Hmm.
Give us how to do it. Tell us straight up. And that was a turning point in their lives. So today we have offers for you. For example, you should be buying land now, even in the midst of the uncertainty. You should be taking that big leap buying land. So in one of our location where we sell land for 20 million, for those following us on this event for the next 28 days, we'll be selling at 15 million, and that's La Vida Prime. La Vida Prime is in a prime location. Yes,
Hmm.
La Vida Prime is in a prime location. The entire neighborhood is fully built. That is the
Hmm.
only property left. And it's in the mainland, somewhere around what's the name of this place?
Ikola.
Ikola area, Alagbado axis. 15 million in a prime location. Buy and build immediately. The normal price is 20 million. Another one I'll be offering you today that is a unique one is at E4. We designed this for those that are saying, oh, I want to buy land, but I cannot afford to buy that of 15 million, that of 20 million. I want to start from somewhere. Right now is being sold for 2 million naira as against 3 million for a full plot. Now, this is a land that was already selling for 3 million. It's in a good location and you are getting it for 2 million naira. That's another offer we have. Another one I can see here is for Ire 2. Now, for those of us that know Ire, we started selling at how much? Some less than 10 million, the phase one, and it peaked at 20 to 25 million.
Maybe at 6 million or
7
so.
thereabout.
Yeah.
Now, in that same location, the same CFO, we are giving you at the promo price of 12.5 million. Mind you, it has peaked to 25 million, but the phase two just opened and you don't want to miss it. I'll just leave those three for now. I might not be saying everything about the land. Wiseman talked about agriculture too. Now we are big on this. We started with palm origin and people have been investing massively in it. Maybe I should leave the new offer till tomorrow so that I will not unveil everything in one day. There's a big
Hmm.
offer coming from Farmway. Farmway is the subsidiary of our company that deals with everything that has to do with agriculture. And there's a new offering that will take time to talk about tomorrow. So stay tuned. It's cheaper to enter and faster to get return. The one we have on ground, Palm Origin, is long term, but when it's long term, you will make more money from your patients. But for those of us that say, oh, this money can't wait for 4 years, can't wait for 5 years, there's an offer for you. But if you are listening right now and you don't even have the money to buy land, you don't have the money to buy houses when we start talking about it, please have money to attend e-track. That is the starting point.
Hmm.
Very important. You had Wise Man said yesterday that some of the people we raised through e-track are now turning over billions annually. They learned almost everything they learned by attending e-track and by following us very closely. I was listening to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel the other day, and he said he has raised over 17 billionaires. And I was smiling where I was because I know of a truth that he has done that. And yours truly and Wiseman, we are part of that community of over 17 billionaires that he has raised. We have already started recording a number of the people we raised turning over billions. But the starting point was e-track. E-track is Enterprise Training and Resource Acquisition Center. That is the factory where we manufacture billionaires. That is the waiting room or the labor room where we give birth to billionaires. You don't want to miss it. The offer this time around for the training that is to last for about maybe 8 or 12 weeks thereabout should have been like 2 million, 2.5 million. Later, we crashed it to 250. And at the point, we said, we have always been an enterprise development and people empowerment company. Let's even do it for free. But some people stood and said, no, when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. Let them pay so that they will pay attention. And we crashed the price, especially for those following us. You may want to jump on that. I know we have been sharing a link or the barcode. If you scan the barcode, you see all of these opportunities. 28 days of income to asset. You see all of these opportunities. Register for e-track. Maybe for those on this call, we can allow them pay the inner caucus prize that we give to some of our people. We'll look at that. But go there, start registering now for e-track. That is the least you should be doing. So that when the money comes, you know how to spend it wisely. Making money is good. Managing money is better. But you say multiplying money, it
The
is
best.
best. So e-track will position you on how to make money, manage money, and multiply money. So we look forward to you registering. And even if you're already in your multi-million level, even in your billion level, you need to keep learning. So e-track is going to be hybrid, both in person and online. So it depends on the version you want to participate in. But it's time you open up to registration at e-track. Wise man, we should be closing by now. We have some few minutes left. Let's start getting final words.
Yeah. So the final word is 1,000 good intention is not as powerful as one action. So this life is for people who take action, not for people who do analysis, because sometimes over analysis can lead to paralysis where you are not able to move. Sometimes when we are doing meetings inside the boardroom and we are trying to get our people to work on ideas, after some time, we give them one small idea. By the time they will bring it, the idea is now heavy like this. We now say, you know what, don't worry. Don't overblow it so that we'll be able to take off. All right. So sometimes people wait until something is big, you overblow it, and it's now very difficult for you to take off. So what we are saying is a journey of 1,000 miles will start with a step taken, not just with a step, it's with a step taken. So take a step today towards your financial goal.
Yeah.
Don't wait until everything is perfect. He that waited for perfect condition will never sow. And when this harvest time, the person will go hungry. So we want you to take a step today, because when it comes to where we are today, we didn't get here by just talking. We got here by taking steps. All the things we have talked about, you want to register for e-track, go ahead and register for it. You want to take advantage of any opportunity we have, go ahead and take advantage of it. Then go and cut out things that can help your abundance mentality. Exposure is one of the things that can help your abundance mentality. Go and expose yourself. You can't travel abroad, travel within. You can't travel within, travel inside. Whatever you do, just ensure that you are moving. We didn't arrive here just like that. We arrived here by taking little steps after little steps, and it will get better. Tomorrow is going to be under firebrand, and we can't wait to have you guys tomorrow. We want to say a very big thank you to everybody who listened to us, and we want to believe, even with that we are talking, we are inspired. We want to believe that you have been inspired, all right, and that you are going to keep a date with us tomorrow. Dr. Final words.
All right, thank you so much. As we go, please don't focus on lack. I want you to focus on the leverages that you have. The scarcity mentality makes you focus on what you don't have. You have so much inside of you that can help you become the next billionaire in the room. Look out for your leverages, people around you, um, the skills that you have, the information available to you. Pay attention to it. If you look at a cat and you focus on a small cat for too long, at a point it can turn to a tiger before your very face. That's
Mhm.
the problem with focusing on lack. Some of us having IBP, overpaying of rent, overpaying of school fees. You have focused too much on that small cat. It's now looking like a tiger. What is school fees? What is rent for a billionaire? Think like a billionaire, live like it. And it can only happen when you focus on the leverages that you have. You have so much.
What you just said now reminded me those days when they gave me, in one house, they gave me quit notice, notice to quit, final
Why not?
notice to quit. Now, the first time we received one of the letters, and my wife was worried. I told her, I said, look, you cannot threaten an estate owner with rent. I was living in a house, I couldn't pay rent, too, but I was thinking like an estate owner. Today, we own estates, but that was the mindset, just to buttress what you have just
Yeah,
said.
thank you very much. So we want you to leave this call to go reflect on the leverage you have. There is something inside of you that can turn you to the next billionaire. Don't downplay it. Don't see it as you don't have it. You have it. You just need to multiply it and use it. Most of the time you have it, you are not using it. It is because you are not using it that makes it look dormant. There's a talent, there's a skill. If you think enough, there is something around you that can create resources for you. Please leave this call, go and use it. So until we come your way again tomorrow, we want to say get ready for the next level. And it is what? Smart money
Money reset.
research. SMR. All right, wise man, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We'll see you
And
again
to our
tomorrow.
crew too. Thank you, the back office guys making it happen. We always appreciate you. Bye bye.
Bye for now.